all the way to, there will be exams on 23rd October to 3rd November. We will also have KCSE theory. It will run from 1st November to 24th November. That is in brief the timetable. It doesn't give a lot of details. On the candidature of students, Madam Speaker, it is indicated that we have given a big list on the increments of students. The total number of students in KCSE this year is, the total candidature is 905. Kcpe, the figure is there, it's a lot. But the total candidature, Madam Speaker, for 2023 candidates is 3 million. That is for Kcpe, for Kcpe, and for KCSE and others. It is 3,606,972,000. This is an increase of 8.6% from the previous exam. Why the candidature and why this is actually for members to note.
Honorable Meli.
Yes.
Chair, I noticed that you have quite a big document.
Yes, it's a big document.
Is it possible for you to summarize and then you table it so that other people who want to go through all the details can go through? If you can just highlight the issues as raised in the statement, and then you bring it to the table so that whoever wants to read all the details then can pick from there, including the Deputy Leader of Minority. Thank you,
Madam Speaker. Well guided. I will actually summarize. But the issue is actually very, very important for members to understand, because I'll be skimming through some of the issues. I will not be going to the details, but I wanted to pinpoint some of the pertinent areas which members had a lot of concern. Madam Speaker, when you look at identification and distribution of centers or containers and the mapping of examination centers, this was actually something that was quite raised here. And it's an issue that I want to really emphasize, is that the Ministry of Education and NEC have been working on the strategies to eliminate early exposure. Madam Speaker, early exposure of the second session of examination paper. One of the key strategies to implement with effect from 2023 is the collection of examination papers twice a day for KCSE examination. This will ensure that no candidate has access to examination prior to the set time. Madam Speaker, this is actually the reason why the ministry actually went ahead and introduced the collection of examination committee. We found out that most exam cheating and malpractices takes place on the second paper, because this paper goes to the school early, it gets exposed early, and that is why that is the real issue. And I think the ministry is trying to treat that particular malpractice. On the same note, therefore, to allay the fears raised by the honorable members, the ministry said that to this end, stakeholders engagement forums on mapping of examination centers were convened as follows. I don't want to go into the details, but I want to note that to consolidate meetings, I want to go to the area where the examination council increased. Madam Speaker, the examination council actually went ahead and increased the number of containers from 482 to 506. This is to ensure that not every sub-county now, I think we have about 290 constituencies, but the number of examination containers were increased from that number to increase so that schools can have easy access to the picking point. Madam Speaker, you remember that before 2016, police stations used to be the centers of collecting exams. But it was realized that it was from those police centers that exams were leaked and a lot of malpractices took place. During the Matiang'i reforms, it was decided that all exams be stored in containers where the sub-county director of education has a different key, and then the deputy county commissioner or assistant county commissioner has another key, so that no one can access the container because of the double locking system. Madam Speaker,
what is out of order, Honorable Timothy Toroitich, Marakwet West? Is anything out of order?
None.
So you may withdraw your intervention.
Yes.
Please proceed, Chairman.
Yes. Madam Speaker, following the various engagements, NEC mapped out all examination centers to the nearest distribution center to avert delays at the start of the second examination session. During mapping or alignment, of Kcpe, KCSE, and Kcpe examination centers was categorized as follows. That is now the categorization to avoid